Good morning YouTube. Today we've got a little tidy up job to do. Looking forward to it. It's only very small, but I like it. I like small gardens that I think I can see the potential. So it's just through this doorway here. I'll take you through now, talk you through it, and then we'll get on with it. So okay, first and foremost, it's not going to be like jet cleaned or anything like that, but on a tidy up, it's a bit difficult. I could trim these out and they'll be gone, which I will do, but then they'll still come back because they're only trimmed. And if I put weed killer on it, it will kill them. But you can't leave the job with all weeds in the path saying, oh, it's been weed killed. So it's a bit of a difficult one. The upside is she does want us to maintain the garden, so that's a positive. So I'll trim them down today so they'll be gone, and then as they come up I'll put some weed killer on, but I'll already be on the job then. So what we've got basically is just a normal, relatively tidy-ish garden, but not to our standards, I'm afraid. So we'll give it a good 2 coats of looking at now, and then we'll get cracking on it. So all this, obviously it's had pebbles and stones, but if you don't put enough on, it does more harm than good. It just turns into a nightmare. So yeah, it's just re-edge, you know, get the edges neat. We're going to treat the grass and get all the weeds out and all the moss out. It doesn't look too bad, but it is when you walk on it, you feel it. Again, the border, clean the border up. I put this pond in a while back. You've probably seen a picture on it on my Instagram. It's obviously not a pond, it's a stone one to represent a pond, but it was a good few years back now, so there's a few little weeds growing up. We'll get some weed killer on that for now, and then later on I'll see if she wants us to just repoint them little bits. But yeah, there's just a case of going over it, and then we'll be pruning these bushes as well, getting them back in order. And so yeah, it's not a jungle, not overgrown, it's not massive, but it's a job, it's a nice job, and it's going to look 10 times better when it's done. The likes of this. She is going to do this half herself. I think at a later date we will do that, but that's up to the customer. So okay, I'll get on with that. Okay, so that's 2 steps taken care of. We've got all rid of the weeds, blew all them, and then we've blew all the borders just so we can see what's what. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run the strimmer. You can use a half moon, you can use a spade, there's various things to use. I'm going to use a strimmer. I'm going to put a nice little edge on it. I don't want to go too far in because the grass disappears and we haven't got much space here, but we can only work with what we've got. So I'm going to neaten that, take the strimmer around, and then that's our next step. So we've cleared the weeds, we've blown all the leaves and rubbish out so we can see what we've got, and then what we're going to do is do the edge. That's our 3rd step. So I'm just giving the top a little cut first just so I can see the edge. It will be getting mowed, so if I was going to mow it now I wouldn't bother doing this, but it's just so I can see what I'm doing now. Okay, the next step is to redefine these stepping stones. You could use like an old bread knife or something to cut these, but to be honest with you, I have got one in the toolbox that is buried in the van at the moment. So I just thought, you know, this will do the job, even though a knife might be slightly quicker, slightly easier. But nevertheless, it does the job. And like I say, there's more than one way to skin a cat, so whenever you're doing a job, you just choose your own weapon. So okay, the next step is we're just going to remove these stones. I've just put them in these. I'll probably put some water in and refresh them, get the dirt out of them. So yeah, I'll just carry on breaking a few of these up, and if the membrane needs replacing, replace it. If not, we'll just put it back down. We'll have a look at it as we go. See, this is my argument when something isn't done properly. It's all mixed in with the soil. So what I'll do is just drag the lot out, and then we'll try and wash the soil out of it. So okay, here's something that I'm just going to moan about. I've just pointed out to her that there's plenty of soil covering the stones. I didn't realise there's that many stones. But she just said to me that it was all stones, and this fence is relatively new, and whoever put it in has dug out and put all the soil all over her stones. Now that's the difference. In anyone can put a fence up and anyone can cut grass. That's what you do, that's what you get when you're not a professional and you think you know what you're doing, but you just unbelievably put soil all over the customer's stoned border, mix it all in, and you just think you've done a good job. I just think it's disgusting. And now she's got to pay me to get rid of all this, or get all the soil out the stones. I thought there was only going to be a little handful of stones to do, but no, they've buried the lot. There's pebbles, stones and everything, so it's all got to be redone. I think it's disgusting, and that's what I'm saying about people who do a bad job. You wouldn't get that off us. What can you say? One with tidying the garden anyway. And that's after we blew it out. What I'm going to do is cut this cricosmia down because it's a bit scruffy. So I'll cut that down, it'll neaten it up a little bit. Okay, next stage, a little bit of hand weeding. Let's get on with that. Okay, well, we're going to do a little bit of pruning now. Let's get on with that. And just a little bit of hand pruning on the Pyracantha. I find the branches are a little bit thick for the cutters, so I like to do Pyracantha by hand whenever I can. And here we have once again the obligatory mulching of the waste. And I apologise about this Angelica sticking up in front of the camera. When I positioned the camera to get a good view of the mulching, I didn't realise that that was in shot, so it does hide a bit of the work there, but I think you can see what's going on. Okay, that's all the mulching done. What I'm going to do is blow it all now. I'm going to put it back on these borders, and I've mulched around here as well. So we'll blow it and see what that looks like. So it's all blown. I didn't video that because you all know what the blowing looks like. Yeah, we're just doing the hoeing now, and just finally any small weeds, as you can see there, that I've missed. Get the borders all tidied up. And I'll put a link in the description to Amazon to get either these ladders or this hoe that I like to use. Well, there we go, all done, cleaned up, and I've put the mulch on, and obviously the mulch doesn't look as good at the moment as what just fresh soil looks. I mean, you'll always get fresh soil looking better, but the mulch will die, and then that will end up looking like that. So I'm quite happy with it. This hazel's been cut, the edges have been done, and I've put weed killer on, and I've put moss killer on. Again, I've cut the grass, so it's not ideal, but it is a start. And as I say, I do things the way I do them, and I've done them before and they've worked, so that's how I've done it. Again, mulch over here, bushes cut. That's it really. I'm quite pleased with it. I've put weed killer down on this as well, so that's had weed killer. The borders have been weeded, and as I say, it all looks better. And soon, next couple of weeks, we'll be revisiting and we'll be scarifying. Sorry, before a couple of weeks I'll be scarifying, and then in a few weeks you'll see the difference. It'll take shape. So yeah, it's one of them that I'm looking forward to do. So there we go, a quick little tidy up. Stepping stones can be seen better now anyway. Oh, when I took these stones out and they're in pots here, they need either cleaning if she wants them to go back, but again, that'll have to be done on a separate day. So the mulch and everything, it may have membrane put over there, I don't know yet, I'll see. So that's it, thanks for watching. There's plenty more videos out there to watch, so if you haven't subscribed, either please subscribe or just watch the videos. I'll be quite happy with that. Alright, I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.